one of my favorite Christmas songs. Oh, it's gonna make me cry. I love it. Okay, I'm having a moment.
That's okay.
I'm having a moment.
Have your moment.
From Bose, when I see Bose or I hear Bose, I think of my dad. He really instilled in us the importance of music, the importance of like good sound, and this is why we are a Bose family.
Sure.
This is the Bose Solo Series 2 Bluetooth soundbar. Brett Hamilton is bringing it to us.
Hello, everybody.
Brett, this is the final order of this series ever.
Ever, yeah. When they're gone, they're gone.
Ever, 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 at the lowest price of the season. Since we made it available, over 37,000 orders have been placed. We have 15,300 forever. So if you've ever thought about this, and you should, it's an amazing Bluetooth soundbar at the lowest price of the season, saving you over $54 in final quantities. It also ships for free, $29 on Easy Pay. We sold 25,000. I love this, Brett, because this isn't, I mean, your little speakers are awesome. Bose is always bringing the sound quality, but this is gonna light it up. This is gonna like make your holiday season.
It is, and I apologize for my gurgly, burned out voice. It's just been
You've been on
6
a lot.
weeks of
You've been on
talking
a lot.
and talking. But yeah, I think that, especially during the holidays, whatever we're listening to, whether it's a favorite Christmas show, whether it's an album, I say album, you know, a CD, whatever from way back when, whatever it was pressed on and released on, or it was music that was released yesterday. It all sounds different because of the way that Bose essentially processes the music, the way they clean it up, the way they refine it, and the way they allow us to hear it. So you're just listening to music here from a video, but I want to show you guys something really cool. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to give you a taste so I don't have to talk that much because I'm sure my voice is all a little annoying right now.
Fine.
I want to give you a taste of the difference between what the TV sounds like and what the actual Bose soundbar will do to the TV. So let's listen to the TV first and get a feel for what your TV could sound like, or what it does sound like right now, and then we're gonna fix the problem. Turn it up a little bit more. To the naked ear, Courtney, it's I guess what you would expect from a TV. I hear some effects, I hear a vocal, I hear some dialogue, but it really should sound better than that.
Oh.
And it does. You feel that, right? That's like a punch in the gut.
Also makes such a difference, you know, if you feel like you are starting to get to that point where you're a little hard of hearing. On
It'll make a
having
difference.
that powerful sound where you can actually hear all the true sound quality you're supposed to hear, rather than what the TV can do alone, which sounds kind of shallow.
Well, and to your point, we know the cars are there, we know the helicopters are there. We're not really hearing them until we do this. This is not a matter of one being louder than the other. It's one being better than the other. Back to the TV speaker. Richer, fuller. All that bottom end.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Hearing one of the people behind the music of Wicked in theaters, talking about one of the composers, talking about how awesome, you know, it is to take something that was a musical on stage and put it in the movies, because this, you can just create this full sound quality that is unmatched.
So much more than you could do.
I feel like that is what you are going to experience with all those things that you love listening to. It's like hearing them for the first time, and you are going to thank yourself later. And because this is Bluetooth, Brett, talk to me about like how we set up, and can we use it TV? Can we use it for other things other than the TV?
Yeah, so let's clarify that for a second. It sounds like I'm hitting puberty. It finally happened. One cable will connect to the back of the speaker to the back of the TV. That's for the TV hookup. You're not going wireless. Pardon me. You're not going wireless with the TV sound.
Okay.
Where you will go wireless, where you will use Bluetooth, is when you hit the Bluetooth button, which I can show you right here on the remote, which is right there.
Because you're going to get the remote.
You get the remote.
Okay.
When you push that button, it sends out an invisible wireless signal, and you open up your iPad, or you open up your tab or your phone or computer or whatever it might be, and magically, in theory, you should have music.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. I feel like so many of us these days entertain with our TV, whether it's that Yule log fireplace that you might have on, and then you can hook up your speaker to play gorgeous music.
Well, that's essentially what I'm doing. Look, let's jump out of here, and I'll load a Christmas video. I'll let the Christmas video run, but we've got Johnny Mathis playing in the background.
I mean, and this is what I think you can experience a little bit through your television right now, what we're experiencing. This is house-filling sound, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So when you are, all the little ones in your family are gathered around with the older ones, and we're all together under the same roof, and we're opening presents, and we're laughing, and we're, enjoying our favorite treats and drinks. This is what is creating and setting the mood. I mean, my grandfather, who is passed now, do you know what I think of when I think of him immediately? I think of music. He always had like music blaring, but especially around the holiday season. He would just lay back in his chair and listen to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and this is how he wanted to hear it.
It's funny you should mention your grandfather, because my grandfather on my dad's side, we'd go there for Christmas Eve every year, and he had the Johnny Mathis. I've told the story a million times on the air. I'm going to tell it again. He had the Johnny Mathis Christmas album, and he would play side one, and he would flip it over and play side two, and go back. So I thought, as a little kid, those are the only Christmas songs there are.
Yeah.
But I have a very distinct memory of what that basement looked like. It was very dark, but it was lit with all kinds of old school Christmas bulbs, the kind that if you touched them, you would burn your finger.
Yeah.
That's how primitive they were. And every time I hear Johnny Mathis, it's a trigger, and it takes me right back to that time.
That's
when I was
what
little.
music does.
Yeah.
That's why sound is so important. And those big speaker systems and all that stuff is like complicated. This is uncomplicated. And now that your Bluetooth, like there was a time when a Bluetooth, or not a Bluetooth speaker, but a soundbar was really just for your television.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. There was a time when a soundbar was just for the TV, and that's great. But now this is for the TV, and it's for playing music on your phone and your tablet.
Well, that's the crazy part about this price. If you go and look for a soundbar from Bose, or you look for some sort of audio system for your music from Bose, you're easily going to pay 2-3 times this to get all those pieces of gear and find a place for them. It's such a small profile too. I think it's about 3 inches tall and about 3 inches deep. I don't know the length on it, but you can see I think this is not even a 32-inch TV, so you see how small it is.
23 inches in length. And then it says 4 deep, but it doesn't even look that deep to me. It's a very small footprint.
And the other thing that I wanted to pass along, for those of you wondering, will it work on my TV? The answer is yes. And how do I know that? It doesn't matter what brand. It doesn't matter when it was made. It doesn't matter what size TV. The only restriction is it can't be one of those big tube TVs from back in the 90s. I mean, flat screens came out early 2000s. I think that's when I finally got one. So that's the only rule.
So maybe that's how you keep that older TV going a little bit more, because I'm sure the sound is one of the first things you notice is starting to go.
Well, it's not even that it's going, Courtney. People don't realize this when they buy a new TV, because when you're in the big box store, or you're wherever you are, and you're staring up at those televisions, you're mesmerized with how beautiful the picture is. But there's never any audio playing. And if there is, it's coming from 17 different TVs. It's very big and it's very full. And then you get it home and you go, what happened? Well, it's not the TV company trying to stick it to you. The fact is, I really am hitting puberty. The fact is, the speakers are underneath. They're underneath and they're in the back. So the TV sound is firing down, or it's firing back toward the wall, and all that's going to do is sound like this. So not only can we fix that problem, but check out the remote again. I want to show you guys something really cool. This right here, for Courtney, you just mentioned, for those of us that our hearing's not what it was, we're watching an action movie, we're like, the helicopters are too loud, the explosions are too loud, I can't hear the dialogue, I don't want to put on closed captions. This is the dialogue enhancement button.
Cool.
Tap that little button, and what it does is, it's a case-by-case thing, but in theory, it suppresses the noise around the actors' voices, pushes that kind of to the back so that you can understand what they're saying without having to turn the volume up. Because I always say, if the volume sounds muddy at a 7 and you crank it up to 25, it's still going to be muddy. It's still going to be very difficult to hear. It's just louder. You're just turning up the noise.
This
So
is
that's the answer.
You know, this is how you get that amazing sound with the small footprint. This is how you get a better, amazing sound from your television, but it's how you sound your house when you're playing music on your phone and your tablet. You're going to use this all the time. We have it at the lowest price of the season, and these are our final quantities ever of this item. It's a huge opportunity for you to know you're getting the best price, and it's going away. The shipping is free. Use the $29 Easy Pay. It's so uncomplicated. It's a mega great gift. I mean, to anyone who loves music, anyone who would enjoy that.
Or you watch TV. So let's do it again with this different video. I want you guys to listen to the TV speaker first, and then you'll know when the Bose soundbar kicks in. TV speaker first.
Wow.
Listen to those voices. The choir.
Yeah.
Piano. Whatever that is. These trippy little dragonflies.
I didn't even notice the choir before.
Right, well, let's go back. Let's go back and get rid of, oops. And bring it back again.
Wow.
I mean, it's night and day.
It's night and day. I mean, this is going to bring, and these days, streaming has become huge. Like we see a lot of movies that they come out of the theaters way faster into our homes. There are certain movies I love going to the theater for, but there are certain movies that I'm like, I want to wait till that comes out on streaming, and it comes out so much faster now.
Yeah.
But to be able to kind of compete a little bit with that theater experience, it's really all about the sound.
Well, and you think about the investment that you make and everything that you have at home, and then you go to the movie theater and spend 60, 70, 80 bucks on a handful of tickets and a bunch of overpriced food, and that's it. And you're sitting in a crowded theater and cell phones are going off. I don't go to the movie theater anymore.
You don't?
I don't. It's too peoply. I just, COVID did me in. But yeah, I think that now you have the ability for not a lot of money to turn your TV experience into a home theater for, $150.
The lowest price of the season, and we're never doing this again. You're saving over $54. Can we listen to a little holiday music to end? Because when you get this home, I want you to use this immediately with your television, but I also want you to hook it up Bluetooth to your phone or your tablet and play your favorite holiday songs for your family and just see the difference it makes.
You'll hear them in a different way, I can guarantee you that. Even a song like this from the 80s. Here we go.
All the Christmas specials, too, they all have music that are on TV.
Here we go.
Oh. It's a good one. What's your favorite Christmas song, Brett?
All-time favorite Christmas song?
All-time.
Either Wonderful Christmas Time from Paul McCartney or Step Into Christmas from Elton John.
Love it. I think maybe This Christmas is one of my favorite ones.
From who?
John Legend is who I think of.
Yeah.
I know there was an artist who did it first, but I don't know.
I think every Christmas song has been covered 100 times. That's why I have to ask you which version you're talking about.
Brett, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lowest price of the season, final quantities ever, $54 off the price, and you are going to enjoy it so much for the holidays. Still to come, one of my favorite things, and this is a gift show full of